Hey guys, Jason Lanier here. As many of us know, on October 21st, Sony's going to be announcing the Sony A7 IV. I think this is going to be a great camera for a lot of people because Sony needs to offer something to really combat the new offerings from Nikon and Canon, because as I've been saying for a long time, Nikon and Canon are catching up. But that's really not the point of this video. What's really interesting to me is that DJI, yes, the drone makers, almost everyone in the industry is using DJI for gimbals or drones or whatever it may be. They have announced a press event for tomorrow, October 20th. DJI is going to be putting out a full frame camera, guys. And I think that that is by far more interesting than anything that Nikon, Canon, or Sony could put out right now. Why? Well, as we speak, DJI represents 80% of the drone market. Me personally, I have a Mavic Mini 2, I have an Air Pro 2. One of the drones I dropped into the river in the Amazon, which was not fun. But that's besides the point. What's really important is that we haven't had a major manufacturer enter the full frame marketplace for a very long time. In fact, the biggest shakeup that we had to our industry was Sony when it really came with their mirrorless game, whatever, how many, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And now mirrorless is the vast majority of the market. Well, the reason why I think the DJI announcement is so big is because DJI is such a huge player in everything not related to Sony, Nikon, and Canon in the photography world. They're the #1 drone maker, #1 gimbal maker, and they have great stuff. It's usually very affordable, great quality, and it works really well. Well, if they bring those same attributes into the full frame camera marketplace, that's going to be a serious problem for Nikon, Canon, and Sony. You're going to find out the exact specs on this camera tomorrow. What I'm very curious to see is if this DJI is going to be something that can be integrated with so much of what they already offer. I mean, I've used these DJI products, as have many of you out there, for a very long time, and there's a reason we use them. They work. So if that ends up being the case, and DJI announces an interchangeable lens camera, a full frame interchangeable lens camera, to compete with Nikon, Canon, and Sony, I think that's going to really present a shift in the marketplace. It'll be especially interesting if they bring that expertise that they have with stabilization into their full frame camera lineup. As we all know, Sony has the in-body image stabilization, so it's going to be very interesting to see what DJI does with that. It'll be interesting to see if the DJI is more geared towards a cinematic type of a camera, maybe to compete with something like the Sony FX3. I'm really excited to see what it is, to be honest. And the fact that it's manufactured by a Chinese company, I think gives DJI an advantage. As we all know, the vast majority of manufacturing comes from China. Even, Nikon, Canon, and Sony outsource a lot of their stuff to China. Well, if you are a Chinese company making Chinese products, you're going to have access to more parts, cheaper labor, and you're going to be able to output more gear, because as we know, with the supply chain issues that have been occurring across the world, thanks to COVID and many other reasons, the camera companies, the traditional ones, Nikon, Canon, Sony, Fuji, they've been struggling to keep up with demand. So what if DJI brings out cameras that really can compete, and then they don't have as many supply chain issues? That'll be very interesting to see, especially in this crazy world of 2021 going into 2022 and beyond. At any rate, guys, I look forward to seeing that. I'll share my thoughts after we all watch the release video and go from there. But let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Do you think it's a threat? Do you think it has any bearing on the photography marketplace? I always look for shifts and trends. I did with Sony many years ago, and when we shifted from DSLR to mirrorless, and with iPhone 13 Pro and DJI entering the marketplace and stuff like that, I think that those shifts are going to continue. And if you don't think they will, you're fooling yourself, because we live in a society of technology and innovation where things are always going to be changing, and as a result, we have to change with it. So I hope this has helped. Until next time, keep shooting, never give up on your dreams. Find a gear that works for you, and remember, you only have one chance to get it right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.